A torrential rain poured down on the ruined tower. Thunder and lightning tore through the sky, casting a cold light over the scene, making the atmosphere even more gloomy and tragic. The woman gripped the blood-stained knife tightly in her hand. Tan Feng, you really are formidable, she said. In front of her, a warrior was trapped among piles of monster corpses, his lifespan depleting 100 times faster, yet still strong enough to surpass the ancient god's ruins. But the divine artifact, the Eye of Judgment, I have already taken it. The young man coughed up a mouthful of fresh blood, struggling to say in pain, Ugh, why? Why would you betray me? At that moment, lightning struck again, illuminating Tan Xiaodu's cold face. But I am your older brother. Tan Xiaodu sneered, her eyes full of contempt. You? Tan Feng? You're just my parents' adopted son. You don't even share blood, yet you dare call yourself my brother. Tongfi stepped forward from behind, his tone mixed with reproach. Xiaodu, don't say things like that. The girl immediately brightened upon seeing him. Brother Tongfi. But that the scoundrel continued, his voice dripping with bitter sarcasm. Besides, your brother here isn't useless either. He raised his head high, looking at Tan Feng with satisfaction. Tan Feng, I really have to thank you. Thanks to you, Xiaodu and I obtained this divine artifact. To drain your lifespan immediately, I spent a lot of effort implanting the soul torment seed into your body. So do you like this parting gift? Tan Feng's eyes blurred, a red stream of blood running down his cheek. Tan Xiaodu, I worked hard to raise you in place of our parents, even paid for your education. After the game started, I risked my life countless times for you, even put my life on the line for you. I truly misjudged you as my sister. Tan Xiaodu brushed off those words coldly. After our parents died, you always controlled me, interfered in my life. When brother Tongfi and I needed protection, you still had some value, but now that the divine artifact is in our hands, you're no longer useful. Tongfi clenched his sword tightly and charged forward with a ruthless look. Tan Feng, just rest assured and die. I will take good care of Xiaodu for you. Tan Feng screamed in hatred before the blade. Even if I die, I won't forgive you too. Then his head rolled off, blood staining the sky red. Memories replayed in Tan Feng's mind. In 2025, a cruel divine game appeared. As soon as one fell asleep, they would be pulled into that world. The only currency in the game was life. Dying would reduce lifespan. Killing monsters would increase it. The player's power was terrifyingly immense. They could consume lifespan to bring abilities from the game into reality. A strong warrior could tear a tank apart with bare hands, cut down a plane with a single sword strike, even withstand a nuclear bomb. With their body was no longer a fantasy. Returning to Tan Feng, he fought tenaciously among the savage monsters. Since then, the world changed rapidly, disasters spreading everywhere. I led my sister through countless hardships, luckily becoming one of the 100 strongest warriors in the world. The power surged straight into my eyes, granting me superior abilities. After countless trials and overcoming countless dangers, I finally conquered the ancient god's ruins and obtained the divine artifact, the Eye of Judgment. I was qualified to reach the pinnacle, but immediately after, the sharp blade pressed against his body. Tan Xiaodu showed no mercy, stabbing the knife deep into Tan Feng. The blade transformed into thorny branches, piercing his flesh, causing him excruciating pain. I have been betrayed by my only family member again. My head rolled into a shadowed corner among the rocks. It turned out that my whole life of sacrifice was all for nothing. All the effort I put in only served the interests of others. Those dying moments made Tan Feng's will even stronger. I refused to accept this. If I have the chance to live again, I swear I will live for myself. His vision gradually darkened. Suddenly, the young man woke up on a familiar bed. Tanfeng sat up abruptly, utterly confused. Where is this? The real world? He broke out in a cold sweat, hurriedly touching his neck. Wasn't I already dead? In 2025, Tanfeng quickly looked out the window. Could it be? The bustling night city scene appeared. I've come back to life back 9 years ago, right at the time when the cruel divine game was born. Tan Xiaodu kicked the door open, her face annoyed. Seeing him, she shouted, Tan Feng, you really are home. Why didn't you answer my calls? Tan Feng looked at her, thinking to himself. Just as I expected, on the day the game launched, Xiaodu and I had a fierce argument because of Tong Fi. Meanwhile, Xiaodu was venting her anger, kicking over a trash can. Didn't I go to support brother Tong Fi? Are you trying to disappear on me? You don't understand how important this support is to me. Tan Feng recalled some old details. Before the game was born, Tong Fi was a famous underground idol, and Tan Xiaodu was his fanatic fan. Tong Fi appeared glamorous, but was actually a scoundrel, secretly cheating many female fans out of money and their bodies. To protect Tan Xiaodu, he never let her associate with him. Unexpectedly, he was accused of interfering in her life. Xiaodu's voice rang out loudly. Those fans and the street thugs have started infringing on his rights. I have to support him. And those damn fanatics and vulgar people are disgusting. They cling to him. He's in crisis, and you're here stopping me, cutting off my money, making me look pathetic. And you have to take responsibility for this. Tan Feng recalled some old details. Before the game was released, Song Fi was a famous underground idol, and Tan Xiaodu was his obsessed fan. Song Fi appeared glamorous, but was actually a scoundrel who secretly deceived many female fans out of their money and bodies. To protect Tan Xiaodu, he never allowed her to associate with him. Unexpectedly, he was accused of interfering in her life. Xiaodu's voice rang out loudly. Those fans, along with the street thugs, have started infringing on his rights. I have to go support him. And those damn crazy fans and disgusting riffraff cling to him. He's in crisis, and you're here stopping me, cutting off my money, making me a failure, and you have to take responsibility for this. Before she could finish speaking, Tan Feng delivered a hard slap across her face. Tan Xiaodu collapsed onto the floor amid the mess she had caused, her face swollen and red, eyes brimming with tears. Tan Feng, you dare to hit me? Tan Feng glared, his voice cold. Tan Xiaodu, I don't have time today, nor the mood to waste energy on you. But if you dare cause trouble again, I'll slap your mouth to pieces. He took out a bank card. This is the money my parents left behind. Over the years, no matter how hard life was, I never touched a cent. Today, I'm giving it all to you. He threw the card at her head, grabbed a glass of water, and opened the door. For the sake of our parents, I won't hold grudges against you. But listen carefully. From now on, he closed the door firmly, his voice resolute. Tan Feng, I don't have a sister like you. Tan Xiaodu held her cheek, sobbing bitterly on the floor, looking full of grievance. Meanwhile, Tan Feng, alone in his room, sank into deep thoughts. In his previous life, to protect Tan Xiaodu, he missed too many opportunities. There were countless secret realms and treasures that required risk to explore, but he gave them all up. He held some eye supplements. I'm also very curious. Without this burden, what realm can I reach now? He swallowed the pill with a gulp of water. This time, I'll use the knowledge from my previous life about the game to surpass everyone. The young man set the glass down on the table. Tan Xiaodu, you can fend for yourself. As for that Song Fi, thinking of him, anger flared within him. I'll personally kill you. Tan Feng stepped into a water-filled space. Observing the surrounding gates, whispering. The grand hall for choosing professions. So nostalgic. I remember the first time I came here, I panicked and took hours to finish selecting a profession and leave. This time I have to be faster. In front of him was the image of a warrior. In my previous life, I chose to be a warrior to protect Tan Xiao Du. Although the warrior wasn't weak, it's no longer suitable. Without Tan Xiao Du holding me back, my solo speed will be much faster. Tan Feng rolled his eyes, searching. Mobility is the most important factor. The young man touched the mirror's surface. I've decided, this life I'll choose assassin. A brilliant power surged. The divine weapon eye of judgment has completed its binding. Those eyes looked straight at Tan Feng. The eye of judgment activated its unique attribute, judgment power, passive power. Upon entering the brutal divine game, he automatically receives the highest level profession and talent. Tan Feng was satisfied. The eye of judgment, yet it's still bound to me when I was resurrected. So that's how it is. Once a divine weapon chooses its owner, even if it's damaged, it's useless. Or maybe it helped me come back to life. A dark power surged into his body, pulling him into a vortex that constantly changed. Congratulations, you have received the hidden profession, darkness. Tan Feng's arm stretched out from the gap. Profession change complete. His hair turned white and his outfit changed accordingly. You have become darkness. Tan Feng felt power spreading throughout his body. Darkness. So this is the highest hidden profession of assassins, completely different from the warrior in my previous life. To gain such power immediately upon choosing the profession, he opened his amber-colored eyes wide. Every time you choose a profession, the chance of getting a high-level hidden profession is extremely low, yet the judgment power grants an absolute rate. System notification. Judgment power, the most ancient primal power in the universe, overrides all rules and order. You do not yet have divine nature and cannot actively activate the power, but the passive effect is still effective. He was enveloped in a sphere of energy. The primal power with a supreme authority transcends rules and order. This reminded him of a detail from his previous life. Not until the 7th year of the game did a powerful player escape from the abandoned divine land to the land of order. At that time, humanity first learned of the power of order, but even after many years, no one had attained the power of order, the primal power that surpasses both order and rules. As long as I leave the abandoned divine land for the land of order and receive divine nature, I will be able to activate the power. Looks like I have another big goal this life. The system displayed a notification. Profession selection complete. Please enter your in-game name. Tan Feng pondered, if my profession is born from darkness, then I'll just call it darkness. He touched the screen. The system responded, your name has been set. Darkness. The surrounding space darkened, entering the abandoned divine land, a desolate place overrun by countless demonic creatures. Be careful, they are ready to tear you apart and steal your life at any moment. Leaving the town and killing monsters will grant you tradable lifespan. Tan Feng appeared in the town, but if he died in the game, half of his lifespan would be deducted, including both tradable and non-tradable lifespan. Shell Town is a peaceful area with no monsters. Players cannot attack each other, and lifespan loss rate is halved. Chaos surrounded him. Hey, where is this? What is a profession? What does codename mean? I just finished my night shift and went straight home to sleep. Is this a hallucination? Tan Feng observed silently, thinking, have many people already been pulled into this game? Another person shouted, I don't know, I was eating chicken all night, then fell asleep. How did I end up here? It hurts, this isn't a dream. Looks like we've been dragged into a game. Tanfeng quietly walked through the crowd. Powerful warriors from many countries will soon appear, reshaping the world order. If I want to get ahead, I have to act fast. Time waits for no one. A curious person looked at him. What profession is that? Why does he look different from us? I don't know, but looking at the dagger in his hand, he must be an assassin. I'm also an assassin, so why don't I look that cool? Look, he even has the special effects. Tanfeng pulled up his face mask and stepped carefully. Ahead, a few people had just returned from battle. It hurts so much, so when you die, you return to the town? They are too fierce, they feared. Just one bite took away half our health. How can we fight them? It's only a level 1.5 creep, yet the three of us charging at it only took away a third of its health. My lifespan has already been cut in half. The three men looked at the girl in the middle. Sister Letu, what should we do now? Tanfeng observed her. The archer's initial weapon is a short bow, but she used a long bow. It seems this is also a hidden profession. Letu stepped forward, inviting, "Brother, it seems you have a hidden profession. Want to team up with us? The monsters out there are strong. One person can't handle them alone. Our team was wiped out once, so we have experience." Tanfeng guessed silently. Experience of being killed? He replied, "No need." The two guys followed her, sneering. "If you don't speak, are you pretending to be a master? The five of us can't even beat them. Do you think you can do it alone? Laughable. We've told you it's dangerous out there, yet you still plan to go alone. Want to die? That's right. People with noble, hidden professions, especially assassins, can run if they can't win." Letu opened a window to check. His name is Darkness. He really is a cunning guy. She signaled to the team, "Let's go, follow him and see what skills he has. Maybe we'll learn new information about the monsters and conveniently see how he dies." Her face darkened as she smiled slyly. Tanfeng strolled leisurely down the path deeper into the forest. Letu hid behind a tree, watching the abandoned divine land. This place is really strange and dangerous. Although I don't know why I came here, with many years of online gaming experience, I quickly formed a team. Remembering that monster still makes me tremble. I didn't expect the first monster in the newbie village to wipe out our entire team. That's not an enemy a level 1 player can handle. The other two guys commented, "His initial weapon is different. You use daggers, he uses a broadsword. Not only that, he's faster. My assassin's agility stat should be the highest. His clothes are different from ours." Letu harbored a plan. "This Darkness guy is very unusual. Let's follow him. Maybe we'll get important information." Suddenly, Tanfeng quietly turned around. Letu jumped in surprise. Has he noticed us? But he immediately used the shadow step as skill, his body disappearing right before the gate. The others hurried over. Where did he go? Just vanished like that? Is this an invisibility skill? An initial skill that's already invisibility? What kind of profession is this? That's so cool. They had no choice but to give up and return. Forget it. Let's go back to town to look for a chance to level up. It's too dangerous out here. We've already died once, and our remaining lifespan is only half. That's right. Maybe there's a hidden reward, treasure, or some NPC. Actually, Tanfeng was only using shadow concealment to become invisible until attacked. Exiting stealth, the first strike gains extra power. Mastery of stealth doubles the stealth duration and increases the stealth level by 1. He realized, can't see myself? This shadow profession is really special. The stealth of assassins at this level is usually easy to detect, but shadow has a stealth mastery, so no one or monster can detect me in the early stage. Tanfeng continued deeper into the rainforest. Naive newbies won't find anything useful in town. It's just a refuge. In this divine game, weak players are prey for monsters. After a while, he opened the system panel. Stealth has ended. The duration isn't long. Luckily, the cooldown starts from activation, so stealth can be used again in just a few seconds. The information panel appeared. Character name, Shadow. Profession, Shadow. Level 1. Non-tradable lifespan, 75. Years, tradable lifespan, 0. Strength, 10, plus 3. Constitution, 10, plus 3. Agility, 10, plus 8. Spirit, 10. Tanfong calculated. The initial attributes of every player are 10 points. Different professions add points based on this. In my previous life, my warrior only had added a strength and constitution. This time, Shadow adds points to all attributes. Even agility gets an 8-point boost, plus 5 free attribute points. He considered. Many players will choose to increase strength or spirit to boost physical or magical damage. But that's a mistake. He put all points into agility, 10 plus under 13. The magic radiating from him grew stronger. Agility is the key factor in the early stage. Damage from any monster can crush a player. Only by increasing agility and the speed can you kill monsters without getting hurt. Suddenly, he heard a noise. A monster on a tree branch, its mouth spewing soul fragments. Level 1, CP, normal grade, devouring lifespan. He frowned. It seems this is the one that took down that group of 4. As soon as it spotted its prey, the fierce monster charged aggressively. Observing the ulcerated wounds on its body, it was clear the previous group had caused it significant blood loss. Tanfong immediately jumped back to dodge. He knew that once a monster defeats a player, it steals their lifespan. By absorbing lifespan, it can evolve and become stronger. Tanfong used his skills to raise his body, his hand gripping the knife handle tightly while activating stealth mode. His figure vanished instantly in the open clearing. The CP monster panicked, looking around in all directions but couldn't detect the enemy. At that moment, Tanfong silently appeared right above it. From above, he launched a critical stab, breaking the stealth state. The system immediately notified, you dealt 174 damage, you have defeated a level 1 creeper. You gained 10 experience points. Lifespan from the monster flowed directly into Tanfong's body. He didn't expect to finish off the opponent with just one strike. Although he knew attacking the creeper's weak point could cause critical damage, this damage far exceeded expectations. At the same time, he unlocked a new skill, Backstab. This skill states that if you attack while out of the enemy's sight, damage is doubled. Tanfong was surprised, thinking to himself, so that's how it is, there's even a backstab skill. Activating multiple profession skills simultaneously had pushed the damage to a terrifying level. Suddenly, Tanfong paused for a few seconds. Memories from his previous life flooded back. He clearly remembered that before, a warrior's critical hit only dealt 40 damage and took a long time to kill a creeper, even getting seriously injured. At that time, he also held the power core in his hand, but had deliberately given it to Tan Xiao Du. Now, Tanfong kept that core for himself. The system notified, you have gained an additional 3 days of tradable lifespan. You have increased your non-tradable lifespan by 54 years and 155 days. The power gradually faded. The 5 people killed by the creeper each lost at least 30 years of lifespan, totaling over 100 years. But when transferred to the creeper, only 54 years remained. Still, Tanfong was unconcerned. Non-tradable lifespan is temporarily useless. Suddenly, the Eye of Judgment reacted, activating the power of judgment. The system continued. Congratulations, you have received the Infinite Evolution Talent, a primordial level talent. When killing monsters in single-player mode, you have a chance to earn evolution points used to upgrade skills. Every 24 hours, you automatically receive 5 evolution points. If you defeat a boss-level monster in single-player mode, you will receive 100 evolution points. Currently, Tanfeng has 5 evolution points. Excited, he opened the system panel and muttered, "Infinite evolution, and you can also upgrade the skills?" In his previous life, he had never heard of this. Whether devices or skill books, once dropped by monsters, they were always fixed at the initial level and couldn't be changed. So this is the power that surpasses all rules and order. Tanfeng smirked and decided to experiment. He chose to upgrade Shadow, Concealment, and Backstab, spending 4 evolution points. The skills were successfully upgraded. Shadow Concealment advanced from normal level to bronze, allowing invisibility for 12 to 16 seconds. When attacking, stealth is broken, but the next attack increases damage by 60% to 90%. Cooldown time is reduced from 28 seconds. Backstab advanced from low to normal level with a passive effect. Attacks from behind increase damage by an additional 10% to 15%. Tanfeng tightened his grip on the long dao, excited. The invisibility duration of Shadow Veil has increased to 16 seconds. When combined with Invisibility Mastery, this time doubles to 32 seconds. With such a long invisibility period, he's almost reached an infinite invisibility state. If this skill continues to be upgraded, even a bleeding creeper can be taken down in one strike. Suddenly, a voice rang out from behind. "Quick, look at that skinny kid over there. He defeated the monster on his own." Another voice added, "I told you this game is really simple." The girl standing next to that man praised, "Brother Kang Tu, you're amazing. With your stamina, you could defeat a dozen more." Kang Tu proudly declared, "I will protect you. With me here, you can rest assured." Tanfeng suddenly noticed something unusual. Above them, a monster hid in the tree canopy, revealing only its blazing red eyes. A voice spoke up. "Brother, I see you're struggling going alone. Do you want me to accompany you?" Tanfeng immediately activated Shadow Veil and disappeared. The two were surprised. "Hey, Brother Kangtu, where did you go just now?" Kangtu laughed loudly. "He must be scared of my muscular build." But the monster had already come very close. The girl and Kangtu turned pale and shouted, "Oh my God, what kind of demon is this?" The monster bit once, spraying black blood everywhere. The nurturer, level 1 bronze grade. The spiderling, level 1 normal grade. Tanfeng had already prepared defenses with Shadow Veil. The nurturer is a beginner boss with about 1600 health, far beyond the capability of new players, especially since it commands a swarm of small spiders. Silently, Tanfeng charged toward the boss, whispering, "Perfect chance to test the power of my newly upgraded skill." He aimed at the nurturer's eyes and unleashed the stealth break strike. The boss roared, its body staggering. Tanfeng immediately vanished again, retreating with Shadow Veil, undetectable. The monster could only growl in vain. The system announced, "You dealt 338 damage, attacked the weak point." Tanfeng hid behind a branch, evading danger, thinking, "Luckily I was fast enough. Otherwise, with only about 130 health, one hit would have killed me." The system continued, "You received 9 points of damage." But Tanfeng didn't care. He was thrilled because his last strike dealt over 300 damage, incredibly satisfying. The monster began to ravage the surrounding trees, its poisonous blood splattering everywhere. Tanfeng's eyes shone brightly. "It's gone mad." He realized these monsters were very intelligent, not just standing still to take hits, but reacting flexibly. He bent down, picked up a stone, observing the boss's reckless attacks. The small spiders were on alert, preventing him from approaching easily. But Tanfeng had guessed correctly. the nurturer continued to wreak havoc, and he threw the sturdy stone forcefully at it. The stone hit the spider's belly. The system reported, "You dealt 299 damage, attacked the weak point." Tanfeng still held another stone. Indeed, his main damage came from Shadow Veil's stealth attacks and enhanced profession skills. Therefore, even throwing stones that hit enemies caused significant damage. He leaned to the side, took a run-up, and threw again. When Shadow Veil was on cooldown, he threw another stone, piercing through the spiderling's head, triggering effects like stealth break strike, backstab, and weak point attack. The system announced, dealt 279 damage, attacked the weak point. Tanfeng retreated behind a tree, activated Shadow Veil to re-enter invisibility, waited for cooldown, then continued attacking. At Yanbing Town, then a shocking event occurred. The leaderboard updated. Player Dark Shadow has defeated the Nurturer, seized bronze grade, becoming the first to reach level 2. The Shell Town level leaderboard was activated. This news stunned the players in town. "Oh my god, I got killed twice by little monsters and still don't understand what's going on, and yet someone has already soloed the boss," someone exclaimed. "If anyone knows this amazing guy, introduce me." "Solo fight? No way." On the leaderboard, there was only one name. A trembling voice said, "Sister Letu, Dark Shadow is the guy who just left earlier." Letu was incredulous. How did he reach level 2 so fast? It's unscientific, and he even defeated a bronze boss? Another doubted. Our whole team couldn't even kill normal monsters, yet he soloed a bronze boss? Is the system wrong? Changtu and the girl accompanying him were also stunned when they saw the giant spider defeated, although the small spiders were still around. Who is Dark Shadow? Could it be the invisible assassin from earlier? On Tanfeng's side, the system continued to announce, "You have defeated the bronze grade Nurturer. You gained 300 experience points. Congratulations on reaching level 2. You received 2 evolution points. The Shell Town leaderboard has opened. You gained 1 reputation point. Announcement sent to the entire town." Tanfeng absorbed the power while regretting that the big spider died and the small spiders scattered. He silently blamed himself. "I should have killed the small spiders first to gain more experience." The system continued. You gained 46 tradable days of lifespan. Skill book, Greedy Hand, bronze grade, corrosive blade segment, bronze grade attack power plus 35, agility plus 4, requires level 1. Seeing the skill book, Tanfeng was immediately surprised. Greedy Hand, bronze grade, an assassin skill allowing use on monster corpses with a 20% chance to receive extra loot. He didn't expect a bronze boss to drop such a divine assassin skill. Tanfeng understood clearly that Greedy Hand could significantly improve equipment collection in the later stages after defeating powerful bosses. This skill grants a 20% chance to receive additional loot. He remembered his previous life in the Slay God Guild, a member of average strength, but thanks to this skill, became a sought-after figure, always protected by bodyguards. Tanfeng was even more surprised when thinking about the infinite evolution talent. He looked at his hand and muttered, "Although the Greedy Hand only has a 20% chance combined with this talent, wouldn't the loot drop rate increase infinitely?" The peaceful classroom scene continued amidst the upheavals. Tan Tudu's friend anxiously asked, "Tudu, aren't you going to call and apologize to your brother? Yesterday, we skipped the exam and secretly went to cheer for Song Fi. Your brother must be really mad." Tan Tudu grumbled. "I didn't do anything wrong. Why should I apologize? If it weren't for him, we almost missed the entry time yesterday. He's the one who should apologize to me." Her friend sighed, "But he's really good to you. Sometimes I'm jealous that you have a brother like that." Tudu snapped, "Good for nothing. All day he just controls me. Besides, He's not even my real brother. Having Song Fi is enough. Her friend changed the subject. By the way, what's wrong with your face? Teodu hesitated. I fell down, that's why. As soon as they entered a school, they saw a crowd gathering. What's going on? Why are so many people around our class? Her friend pushed through and saw a student slumped over the desk. Everyone around was confused. She was surprised. What happened to Truongvi? Why is he transparent like that? Another student wiped a sweat. I'm not sure. Earlier, Vi said he wanted to catch up on sleep, and shortly after, he turned like this. Some people shouted, no way, Truongvi's case isn't isolated. It's spreading all over the internet. It seems like everyone in the world is experiencing this. Some experts say that when people sleep, they enter a transparent illusion state, but the cause is still unclear. Her friend quickly pulled out her phone. I have to call and warn my parents right away. She turned to Teodu. You should also call your brother and remind him to be careful. Then Teodu grumbled, I'm not going to contact him first. People like him, it'd be better if they died. Meanwhile, Tanfong continued to develop strongly with a new skill. The greedy hand evolved successfully from bronze to gold. The assassin system skill now has a 20% to 70% chance to receive extra loot from monster corpses. He immediately learned this skill. The system announced, Greedy Hand skill, judgment successful. You receive 2 evolution points. You gain 46 days of a tradable lifespan. Tanfong laughed loudly. Not bad luck. Got 2 more evolution points. Just 3 more points to upgrade Greedy Hand to level 3, reaching 100% loot drop rate. He activated Shadow, becoming invisible. He thought, countries must have discovered this problem. More and more people are rushing into the game. I have to speed up. First, he equipped whatever he could. Corrosive Blade, Bronze Attack plus 35, Agility plus 4, level 1 requirement. Walking through the forest, Tanfong told himself, soon, everyone will realize that the skills and equipment in the game can be applied to reality. Then, the world will be engulfed in a bloodstorm. To use skills and equipment in real life, 2 conditions are needed. Reach level 10 and have enough tradable lifespan. Hunting small monsters is too slow. I need to find stronger bosses. Suddenly, a desperate scream rang out. Run away! Tanfong moved to the cliff edge and looked down carefully. A creeper was attacking another team. A fast runner, level 2, bronze grade. Tanfong observed with interest. Fast runner, truly a pillow to rest your head on when sleepy. But the warrior fighting the monster surprised him. Wait, that's Vuong Man. Didn't expect to see him here. He recalled rumors that when Vuong Man first entered the game, he formed a team with 6 players, all possessing hidden professions. Vuong Man shouted, Divine Shield! A protective layer appeared. Vuong Man's hidden profession, Warrior Shield Attack, had double the base attributes of a normal warrior, along with an invincible skill. The mage girl in the team gathered a fireball, aiming straight at the fast runner's arm. Tanfong silently evaluated. The damage from the seer mage is double that of a normal mage, accompanied by the seer fireball. The other support members were also good. He quickly analyzed. The hidden profession sharpshooter with keen eyes has double the attributes of a normal archer, along with the continuous shooting skill. The divine healer has double the healing ability of a normal priest, starting with the group heal skill. But all attacks and the spells missed their targets. The monster rammed into Vuong Man, pushing him back. The archer shouted, No! This boss is too fast. It's hard to hit from a distance. Again, Vuong Man crouched down and ordered, Nanny, heal me. The others continued attacking, chipping away at the boss's health until death. Tanfong thought to himself, chipping away? Vuong Man is too optimistic. He forgot this was the wild. If the battle dragged on too long, as Tanfong predicted, When other monsters rose from behind Wang Man, they easily attracted more monsters to rush in. He observed carefully and recognized a monster. The polluter, level 2, common grade, its body covered in dark brown mud, specializing in ranged attacks. Another warrior swung his sword and charged, shouting, "Boss, be careful!" This swordsman immediately caught Tan Fong's attention. He thought silently, "Interesting, another hidden profession I've never seen before." Still, the damage he dealt was only a few dozen, insignificant. However, his defensive ability was truly impressive. Suddenly, the monster spat out a sticky slime, slowing the entire team down and putting them in a tight spot. So foul! Damn it, we're in trouble. This is a swamp. Movement speed is drastically reduced. The mage girl screamed in panic before being grabbed by the monster. "Help me!" From the cliff, Tan Feng suddenly vanished. He rushed down and unleashed a sharp slash, chopping off the monster's head. The archer, the priest, and even Wang Man were stunned. The mage girl exclaimed when she saw the monster's corpse fall. "Just one move to take down the polluter? Who is that? Is someone helping us?" The swordsman struggled to get up, muttering, "Even a level 1 creeper takes us more than 10 seconds to surround and defeat." Yet this level 2 corrupted was killed almost instantly. How is that possible? Another monster behind him was also struck and vanished. He panicked. "It's an assassination, Dai Li Tu. Do you see who that is?" The sorceress quickly replied, "I see nothing." Wang Man swiftly calmed the team, his voice resolute. "Hopefully this person has come to help us. Don't get distracted. Keep fighting." The whole team focus on the creeper. Now only the fast runner remains. Keep the pace as before, Wang Man ordered. Meanwhile, Tan Fong hid in the tree branches, quietly collecting the rewards. The system announced, "You have defeated 2 level 2 corrupted. You gain 40 experience points. You receive 1 evolution point. You picked up the extremely poisonous dart skill book, normal grade. You gain 8 days of tradable lifespan." Yet Tan Fong opened the system panel and decided to upgrade extremely poisonous dart. This skill deals continuous damage at medium and long range. He thought to himself, "Good, let's evolve it now." Extremely poisonous dart was upgraded to silver level, an assassin type skill allowing darts to be thrown up to 14 meters, dealing 120 base damage with an extremely poisonous status causing 50% continuous damage per second, plus a weakening effect lasting 5 seconds, non-stackable, cooldown of 5 seconds, requiring level 2. Suddenly, the fast runner charged forward, stabbing hard into Wang Man's stomach. He was lifted off the ground, screaming in pain. His teammates were flustered. The priest tried to heal, but it was useless. "No, the health won't recover in time," Wang Man said with difficulty. Everyone run quickly." From above, a dart flew down, piercing straight into the monster's head, causing green blood to spray everywhere. Attacking its weak spot, 2 teammates gaped. What was that? In just a blink, the boss lost half its health. Wang Man was released as the monster writhed in pain. Green blood stained its body. The fast runner's blood gradually drained over time, and it finally collapsed. The system announced, "Your damage rate exceeded 90%. Loot belongs to you. You have defeated the level Bronze Fast Runner. You gained 600 experience points. Congratulations on reaching level 3. You received 2 evolution points. You gained 55 days of tradable lifespan." Tan Fong held the dart, evaluating. "I didn't expect the continuous damage from extremely poisonous dart to perfectly coordinate with the passive skill. Combined with Shadow Veil, I can become invisible and throw unlimited darts. In the early and mid stages, no monster is a match." An energy orb appeared, making Wang Man confused. "Is this still human damage?" The orb quickly vanished. He exclaimed. The loot light disappeared. Wang Man stood up, looking around. "Brother, I don't know which deity you belong to, but thanks for saving my life. Tanfang remained hidden, coldly replying, Thank me? In the wild, don't trust anyone easily. Wang Man nodded, accepting, I understand. Thank you, Elder, for the reminder. I won't bother you to check my equipment. I am Wang Man. If you ever need help, just come to me. A teammate babbled, Elder, I'm Break Bloom Dalizi. Can I be friends with you? Wang Man snapped. Enough talking, let's go. Tan Feng stopped, thinking to himself, Wang Man isn't bad, even more trustworthy. Behind him is the great Xia government and abundant resources. What I lack is a stable sales channel. Later, I can sell him items I don't need. He activated the greedy hand. The system announced, Congratulations, you have gained 3 evolution points. You received 55 days of tradable lifespan, obtained a sprint leather pants, bronze. He immediately equipped the sprint leather pants, bronze, and assassin type gear, physical defense +8, resistance to all elements +5, cooldown speed +15%, level 2 requirement. Tan Feng was satisfied. The haul this trip isn't bad. He still had many pieces of equipment and skill books from other professions. When his backpack was full, he would return to town to exchange them for tradable lifespan. Looking up at the sky, he muttered that his growth rate had surpassed his previous life by hundreds of times. Songfei, I'll find you soon. At this moment, another group of players was struggling against a horde of monsters. Realizing the situation was critical, they shouted, No, the monsters are getting more numerous. Run quickly. But that intention was crushed by a giant figure. Hey, what are you all standing around for? They faced a strange monster with a fragile body and shifty eyes. What is this thing? The monster tensed up, launching thorny vines that struck the entire group. They were pulled back to town, collapsing. The town, a gathering place for players, was engulfed in panic. People whispered, Did you hear? Someone is willing to pay 10 million to have Elder Darkness help level up. Because of dying too much, lifespan keeps decreasing. The wealthy have already started to act. How can ordinary people like us compete? Tanfeng stepped out from the forest, pressed the confirm button on the screen. A mat was spread out, displaying equipment and the skills only for sale for 10 minutes. If you want to buy, hurry up. The crowd of players was amazed. Oh my God, when did this person appear? He's wearing 2 pieces of bronze gear and is planning to sell more. Is this the one who defeated the bronze boss? They looked up at his name, Darkness. This is Darkness, top of the leaderboard. They whispered, Why can't we see his face clearly? He activated full concealment, so mysterious. A mage stepped forward and asked, How much are you selling this ice tracking spell for? Tanfeng replied, 100 days of tradable lifespan. This woman was Grey Rose, ranked 11th in Shell Town, also fully concealed. She hesitated. 100 days is a bit much. Can you sell it cheaper? He explained, a normal level ice tracking spell is very powerful for the magic system, especially at the current monster hunting stage. 100 days is already cheap. Grey Rose asked further, Can I use real-world money? Tanfeng offered a solution. If you have money, buy someone else's lifespan first, then trade with me. If no one offers a higher price, I'll hold the item for you. Grey Rose raised an eyebrow. Wait a moment. She returned to her group, exchanging messages. Everyone, what should we do? With the ice tracking spell, our team can soon reach level 3 and leave the game. Someone replied, Thanks to your leadership, we've progressed so fast. I don't object, the whole group agreed. Grey Rose nodded. All right, then everyone transfer your tradable lifespan to me. When we return to reality, I'll transfer cash to everyone. Grey Rose gave the order. The female mage quickly gathered the amount. Here is 100 days of tradable lifespan. Let's go. Tanfeng silently assessed. A level 2 team must have defeated at least 30 to 40 creepers, so their total tradable lifespan definitely exceeds 100 days. The system announced, you sold the ice tracking spell a skill book, received 100 days of tradable lifespan. Tradable lifespan increased from 268 days to 368 days. Just as Grey Rose left, Lizzie hurried over, his voice fierce. Finally found you, Darkness. She declared to Darkness, I'll give you a chance. Help me reach level 3, and when we return to the real world, I'll pay you 10 million in cash. The people around broke into cold sweat. Just heard someone is paying 10 million to find Darkness. Turns out it's true. Does this person really make 10 million just like that? Tanfeng frowned, looking at the girl. He immediately recognized her. This was Jiang Li. In her previous life, she was the leader of a crime gang, eventually destroyed by the government. She still boasted loudly, my father is the chairman of Dajiang Industrial Company. You can check freely, no need to worry about my money. Tanfeng had already seen through her intentions. Reports from the previous life showed Jiang Le used cash to buy tradable lifespan as bait, then kidnapped players, forcing them into illegal work, even killing those who disobeyed in real life. He cursed silently, scum, then bluntly refused. I refuse. Jiang Li sneered, refusing to back down. Darkness, although you're strong in the game, no one understands what this game really is. In my opinion, I guarantee you'll have a comfortable life, good food, fine clothes, luxury cars, mansions, beauties, whatever you want. Tanfeng ignored her, coldly replying, if you don't buy items, don't interfere with my business. What use is cash? The currency that rules this world is tradable lifespan. Jiang Li's face twisted with anger. I spit on that? I invited you to lead the team because I valued you. If this were the real world, I'd have beaten you up already. Tanfeng didn't yield, his killing intent flaring. Say one more word and I'll make your lifespan go negative. His terrifying aura caused Jiang Le and her team to panic and flee hastily. Run! Wait for me, they shouted as they fled. Tanfeng continued trading, earning quite a bit. The system announced, you sold the bronze level radiant cloak, received 19 days of tradable lifespan. Tradable lifespan increased from 527 days to 546 days. All done, time to pack up, he muttered. A player holding a staff shouted, this power. Tanfeng smiled, finished packing up and prepared to continue the hunt. The next target, the Cursed One. Tanfeng's figure dissolved into the air thanks to Shadow's step. At this moment, no one knew that lifespan trading could turn the skills into reality, nor did anyone suspect that the divine game of essence abandonment would cause the collapse of the real world's order. Tanfeng's eyes grew more determined. The values once worthy of pride will soon become meaningless. Only personal strength is the foundation of everything. The people around were bewildered. Hey, where did he go? So mysterious. Disappeared without a trace. What kind of profession is this? Jiang Li's group ran into an alley, everyone panting heavily. She bitterly shouted, that dark guy not only refused my terms but even dared to threaten me. Wait until I get back to the real world. I will definitely catch and kill you. From inside the alley, a man stepped out and introduced himself. Hello, Sister Litu. I am Mao Lap Tuan. You can call me Old Mao. I'm currently level 2, know a few leveling tricks. I can help you level up. So is that 10 million still on the table? Jiang Li crossed her arms, curious. Tricks? What tricks? Old Mao was vague. I won't say this to ordinary people, but for Sister Litu, to show my sincerity, I'll make an exception this once. He pointed out, to level up quickly, you have to put all 5 initial attribute points into agility. That way, when running at full speed, you'll be a bit faster than the creepers. Got it? Jiang Li realized. So that's how this game is played. She gritted her teeth. Damn it. I've already put 5 points into strength. She praised. You're really skilled. Fine, level me up, but since you're not as strong as me, I'll only pay 5 million. Get me to level 3, and when back in the real world, I'll transfer the money. Old Mao nodded. no problem. He added, that dark guy, though strong, clearly has issues. 10 million. So easy to get. Yet he refuses. What a fool. At this moment, Tan Feng had returned to a tree branch in the forest. The cursed one was now bigger, more terrifying, having evolved into a silver-tier boss. Gray mist wrapped around its body, a sign it was still evolving. He formed an extremely poisonous shuriken in his hand. It takes at least 7 to 8 hours to go from silver to gold tier. Too lazy to wait, he muttered. He threw the shuriken at the monster's weak spot, dealing heavy damage thanks to the hidden strike. The cursed one's poisonous blood poured like rain, combined with the shuriken's bleeding effect. Tan Feng used a shadow step to hide. The monster gathered a magic orb. Silver tier bosses have 2 to 3 times the health of bronze tier bosses, requiring careful strategy. The monster roared, raised the orb, and unleashed magic, causing explosions all over the ground. Tan Feng jumped to dodge, kept his distance, calculating. The cursed one is a magic-type boss, mainly using wide-area, high-damage attacks. After throwing the shuriken, I must retreat immediately to avoid its attack range. With my current health and defense, getting hit means a certain death. The monster's eye sockets glowed, unleashing a frenzied wide-area attack. Tan Feng both hid and dodged, waiting for Shadow Step to cool down. The boss's attacks weakened just as expected. He immediately re-hidden himself, escaped the attack range, tightening his poisoned dagger, rushed forward, aimed straight at the monster's eye, and unleashed, hidden a strike. The health bar dropped sharply, thanks to the bleeding effect. The cursed one lowered its body, running on all fours. Tan Feng followed behind, drawing another blade. The boss is running away because its health is low, he smirked. He jumped as the monster fled in panic. Good. Obediently dying saves me effort. He launched a familiar strike, stabbing straight into its head. You have defeated the silver tier cursed one, gained 1800 experience points. Congratulations on reaching level 5. Received 4 evolution points, gained 124 days of tradable lifespan. Tan Feng was amazed. Its power helped me level up 2 levels and even earned 4 evolution points. He activated the Greedy Hand skill to appraise the energy cores lying on the ground. Greedy Hand skill successfully judged. Received double bonus rewards. The silver tier boss yielded 12 evolution points and 372 days of tradable lifespan. He exclaimed amid the white orbs, an outstanding loot. The bonus effect of Greedy Hand activated, upgrading a loot from silver to gold tier. Gold tier gear. Tan Feng was excited. No wonder Greedy Hand at Jade level has a 20% chance to upgrade loot quality. He knelt down to check, dropping 7 to 8 items, but his backpack only had 1 slot left. Having to run back to clear after killing a boss wastes too much time. Hopefully, the cursed one drops a storage ring or something that increases inventory slots. Tan Feng's hand reached out, touching the radiant light. His battle ended, but in town, Wang Man's mage had just returned, cheering, finally survived and came back. They cheered. Thanks to boss Wang Man, we reached level 3 and got back to town. Wang Man humbly said, this was the effort of the whole team. The female mage lamented, just regret not making friends with the elder. Maybe because I was covered in mud, the elder looked down on me. A teammate teased, if you wore this new gear, maybe he'd agree. The leaderboard suddenly updated. Dark reached level 5. The crowd was shocked. What? Jumped from level 3 straight to level 5? What kind of boss did he kill? Just 10 minutes ago, I saw the elder selling gear. Why level up 2 levels so fast now? Someone joked. My little sister is 18. Hope the elder likes her so I can benefit. Another teammate shouted, take me to level up 2. The young man in Wang Man's team cursed. I just reached level 3 and the elder is already level 5 and he still lets people live? Wang Man spoke up to boost morale. Don't overthink it. First, let's return to reality and inform our family and friends about the divine game of essence abandonment. The whole team pressed the button on the screen and vanished. The world is about to descend into chaos. At least we should prepare for our loved ones to meet first. Wang Man woke up in bed, holding his head. Those around cheered. Look quickly, Brother Wang is awake. Report to the team leader, Brother Vung, wake up. The teammates gathered around. Brother Vung, what's wrong with you? Are you okay? You scared us to death. Do you know how you look? Your body is completely transparent. Yesterday I told you to rest. I would keep an eye on the suspect. Vung Man, sweating profusely, shouted, Quick, gather everyone immediately. Something big is happening. At the police station, a stunned voice rang out. You reported forming a team with hidden professions, nearly wiped out, then rescued by someone. Vung Man confirmed, yes, his name is Dark. When he saved us, he was level 3, but by the time we reached level 3, he had jumped to level 5, skipping 2 levels. A colleague was amazed. Jumped 2 levels? If he's level 5, isn't that the top in the world? How did he do it? Vung Man guessed. Maybe he killed some powerful boss? A police officer frowned. According to you, Dark reached level 3 an hour ago, so why hasn't he returned to reality? Could it be he has no family to notify? Vung Man shrugged. I'm not sure, but it's possible. The only girl on the team spoke up. Could Dark be a time traveler? Usually orphans are the ones who rise quickly like that, right? Everyone's gaze made her embarrassed. Did I say something wrong? A middle-aged man reminded her, and Vu, tell her to read fewer novels. The situation is serious, no joking around. He changed the subject. The information Vung Man provided about the divine game, Dongbo, matches data from higher authorities. New research shows some elderly people die immediately after sleeping. Comparing data, those who died had died multiple times in the game. Everyone was stunned. In other words, if the lifespan in the game reaches 0, they will die in real life. Someone on the team exclaimed, this is a supernatural phenomenon beyond our understanding. The team leader nodded, his voice grave. Exactly, we may be facing an unidentified superpower invasion. Those attending the meeting listened attentively. Higher authorities have issued an emergency order to establish vanguard teams in local areas. The mission is to explore the divine game, Dongbo, and gather intelligence. We must build a professional force as soon as possible. The team leader's voice rang out, emphasizing the seriousness. This is a global event. Currently, every country is focusing on exploring this game. If we fall behind, we will lose the initiative on the international stage. At all costs, we must collect intelligence. The police chief assigned tasks. And Vu, I appoint you as team leader of Team 1. The girl responded decisively. Understood. He continued, Vung Man. He nodded coldly, accepting the order. Their target was Tan Fong, the police chief explained. According to Vung Man, Dark has a good personality. You can try to connect with him. I chose An Vu as team leader because her personality suits investigating Dark. He emphasized, I hope you all quickly identify Dark's true identity, ideally represent the government to establish a cooperative relationship with him and exploit the information he holds. The priority task for the rest is to maintain social stability. Understood. The sky outside was tinged with sunset colors. The meeting quickly ended and dispersed. Meanwhile, Tantiodu's school was still brightly lit. Students had not yet left. Her friends around her chatted lively. Trungvi said, people from the same area appear in the same town of Tantu when they sleep. Really? No way. I have to go home. I need to take care of my parents. They've never played the game. They definitely can't adapt. A friend reassured, don't worry. You can develop yourself first, then help your parents later. Tantiodu quietly checked her phone, feeling annoyed. Such a big deal, and Tanfeng hasn't contacted me at all? Why didn't he apologize? So arrogant. She recalled that before, whenever she was angry, Tanfeng always tried to comfort her. But today, not only did he not console her, he even hit her. Even my parents never hit me. She grew angrier. I just skipped school to go to Tongfi's concert. Tanfeng, you deserve to die. If you don't apologize 1,000 times this time, I will never forgive you. Suddenly, Tan Teodu's face lit up with excitement. Luckily, I went to see Tongfi yesterday. Otherwise, after this divine game, Dongbo incident, it might be hard to get another chance. The image of her idol filled her mind. Yesterday, we stood very close to him. Tan Teodu blew a kiss, dreamy. Oh, Tongfi! Tears streamed down her face from happiness. I miss you so much. Suddenly, she exclaimed, that's right. Tan Teodu's eyes shone brightly. If sleeping means entering the game, then Tongfi must be there too. She blushed, her heart pounding. As long as I enter the game, I'll find him. She hurriedly changed clothes, making plans. Trungvi leveled up to 3 so fast, he must be a master. I have to ask him. Trungvi was surrounded by a crowd when he received a message. Trungvi, master, do you have any strategies? Will you teach me? He sneered. Oh, Tan Teodu, the noble goddess is asking me for strategies? A heaven-sent opportunity. If I can win over Teodu, he replied enthusiastically, do. You asked the right person. Here's the secret. When entering the game, put all 5 initial attribute points into agility. Otherwise, slow speed means monsters will torment you. Tan Teodu asked, what if I'm a mage? Do I still need to increase agility? Trungvi answered, yes, agility isn't useless for mages. It increases casting speed, which is extremely important in the early stages. She continued, but what if I increase agility and still can't win? Tan Teodu read the message, completely trusting Trungvi messaged, don't worry, Teodu. When someone in the town reaches level 5, the teleportation formation will light up. Then you can freely form a team to level up. When the formation activates, I'll find you and take you along. Tan Teodu hugged her pillow, dreamy. Great. This annoying bunch is actually useful. I've found a scapegoat. Tanfeng, just keep pretending. When you enter the game, I don't know how many levels ahead I'll be. Then don't expect me to help you level up. Tan Xiaodu hugged his knees, dreamy. Great. This tailing group is actually useful. I've found someone to take the bullet for me. Tanfeng, just pretend. When you enter the game, I don't know how many levels ahead I'll be. Cursed ring, golden level, usable by all professions. All attributes, Platon 8. Dark element resistance. 6. Weak point attack coefficient. Requires level 3. He marveled. Each attribute plus 8 equals 32 attribute points, comparable to the total attributes of others at level 3, plus dark element resistance, extremely useful when fighting monsters. The weak point attack coefficient increased by 1.6 times since May 1st. Not bad. He continued checking and found another item. Power exploded around him. Thanks to the upgrade, Shadow Shield Slash, Silver Level, Assassin Skill, dashes forward up to 15 meters in the dark, then turns invisible for 5 seconds, delivering 3 slashes to all enemies in the path, cooldown 12 seconds, requires level 4, slash width 2.1 meters, each slash adds plus 100 attack power. 100% counted as a back attack but does not cause weak point damage. A super strong area skill, moving while invisible. Learn it now. Tanfeng activated Greedy Hand with a few evolution points left. Let's evolve Greedy Hand first. The system notified. You have spent 8 evolution points, 4 remaining. Greedy Hand upgraded from Jade to Diamond. Assassin skill, used on monster corpses, 160 to 220% chance to receive extra loot. Extra loot has a 20 to 40% chance to increase one grade. Tan Feng grew more excited. With this superior progress speed, now killing monsters definitely yields double loot. Killing one is like others killing three. 4 evolution points left, enough to upgrade Shadow Shield Slash to level 3. The system continued. You have spent 3 evolution points, 1 remaining. He was a bit disappointed. No cooldown reduction? That's boring. But with Shadow Shield Slash, I almost have infinite invisibility. He opened his inventory, checking the rest. All junk, but this silver level Battle Red skill book can sell for a good price. Suddenly, a rustling sound came from behind. A group of monsters charged forward, intending to ambush. Tan Feng calmly turned invisible. Climbing Beast, level 4. Just in time, I'll use you to test the power of a Shadow Shield Slash. He dashed past, unleashing a slash. Shadow Shield Slash exploded with extreme speed and density, tearing the monsters into hundreds of pieces. The system announced, you have defeated a level 4 climbing beast, gained 80 experience points, received 5 days of tradable lifespan. The monster corpses fell. Tan Feng returned to normal state. Monster killing efficiency has improved significantly. If using extreme poison, throwing knives, at least 2 knives must be thrown. With Shadow Shield Slash, combat time is shorter, reducing risk. Suddenly, Tan Feng carefully calculated. Current tradable lifespan is 618 days. To bring equipment and skills into reality, at least 900 days are needed. Going back to sell items in the backpack, tradable lifespan will nearly reach the minimum. Once I reach level 10, I can extract skills and equipment into reality. While Tan Feng was lost in dreamy thoughts, suddenly a loud shout echoed from afar, making his ears twitch slightly. Someone had just announced excitedly, "Congratulations, the eldest young lady has reached level 3. So is it time for her to fulfill her promise yet?" Just then, the group of Lizzie and Mao Lipu suddenly appeared, looking like a lost boss hunting team dragged in from somewhere. Lizzie quickly spoke to reassure, his voice decisive, exuding absolute confidence. "Don't worry, our Jiang University industry never lacks experts to support you." Now, back to reality. Here's my phone number. You can call me directly. No need to go through the switchboard. Oh, by the way, today sell all your lifespan to me. Okay? We can start the transaction right now. For each year of lifespan, I'll pay you 10,000. As soon as Lizzie finished speaking, Mao Lipu nodded sharply, agreeing without hesitation. Seeing that, Lizzie immediately slipped away, not forgetting to throw back a gentle but weighty sentence. "Then we'll wait for you in reality." Meanwhile, Mao Lipu stood alone, his mind swirling with strategic calculations, making even the wind stop. He told himself that even if this game truly affected lifespan, it was nothing to worry about. Lifespan is something that can be farmed anytime. Only those who know how to turn gaming skills into real money, like him, deserve to be top players, both thoughtful and visionary. Tan Feng leisurely returned to town, outwardly calm, though still a bit anxious inside. He walked straight into the towering tower, looking like a giant candle, then silently observed ahead, maintaining a cool silence. At that moment, a confident thought flashed through his mind. This way, the instant teleportation array in Shell Town has been fully activated. Immediately, the system wouldn't stay quiet, shouting, "Congratulations, you have lit up the instant teleportation array in Shell Town. You receive a huge reputation point. You can teleport for free once a day, but if you want to teleport more, you must pay with the tradable lifespan. Currently, no other instant teleportation arrays are activated in Shanghai City." After reading this loud and harsh announcement, Feng racked his brain and realized a tricky problem that everyone seemed to want to avoid. The instant teleportation array in town is supposed to be two-way, but if only one array is lit, it's like lighting a lamp in broad daylight. To use it, other towns must also reach level 5 and activate their own arrays. Tanfeng suddenly remembered that in his previous life, Songfei in Firefly Town had done that. He immediately resolved, if one day someone in Firefly Town activates an instant teleportation array, I will be the first to receive the news and gain the advantage. Up to this point, moving between towns still hasn't brought any significant value, just some fun effects. Therefore, he set a grand goal, must reach level 10 at all costs, and then head straight to the Forgotten Divine Continent, where the game truly begins, no longer just a gentle warm-up. Without wasting time, Tanfeng returned to the main street, where the crowd was still bustling with chatter. He began setting up his stall, shouting louder than a market in chaos. Selling equipment and skills here. Only selling for 10 minutes. First come, first served. No waiting. The townsfolk immediately stirred along the street. Some even shouted excitedly, "Heavens, the Dark Elder has appeared." Another yelled out in excitement, "The Elder finally reveals himself. I've prepared 150 days of lifespan, just waiting for him to release goods so I can grab them." Someone recalled a recent past, muttering, "Last time, the Elder sold the Ice Whip technique, which pushed the Grey Rose Guild up to second place on the leaderboard." Another hoped, hopefully, this time there will be a skill books for mages, but upon closer inspection, they found only a silver battle red skill book for warriors. Immediately, one person silently lunged forward to grab the book, then declared firmly, "This battle red book is mine." No arguments. The system instantly clapped and announced, "Transaction successful. You have received 300 days of lifespan from the trade." Someone standing nearby was puzzled. Wow, spending 300 days of lifespan to buy a skill book, is it worth it? Another person didn't hesitate to reply immediately, "You're too close-minded. A warrior with this book doubles their monster clearing speed. 300 days of lifespan? You can earn that back in 2 days, no worries." The items vanished from the stall one after another. Faster than rumors spreading online, people scrambled, shouting loudly, "I want that cloak. Those shoes are mine. I'll take everything just to be sure." The transaction ended so quickly that the system barely had time to blink. Tanfeng looked at the statistics board, his heart burning with excitement. He silently calculated. In just a short minute, everything sold out completely, totaling 650 days of lifespan earned. Now, his traded lifespan had reached 2,174 days. But thinking about closing the gap with the leaders in level, attributes, profession, equipment, and skills in this god-cursed game, he still felt far behind. Some who failed to buy sulked and complained like fans missing concert tickets. "Twice already. Every time I miss out, me too. Elder, please sell again, I beg you. Will you sell here next time? Please give me the coordinates so I can watch and wait." While the crowd was still shouting and calling names, Dai Li too peeked out from the crowd, waving and calling, "Elder, I have a treasure here. Do you want to see it?" The young lady calmly took out a ring shimmering with a faint light. The information appeared clearly. Space ring, adds 12 inventory slots, does not occupy ring or backpack slots. Tanfeng widened his eyes at the rare item, silently calculating in his mind, space ring? This is a rare storage item. It's valuable because it doesn't take up space in the backpack or equipment slots. Since players can only carry up to 3 backpacks, this item can drop from any monster, but the drop rate is so low that lighting incense and praying is faster. This girl is incredibly lucky to have found it so early. Previously, a 12-slot ring like this was sold for over 3,600 days of lifespan. Tan Fong curiously asked right away, "How do you plan to sell this?" The girl smiled slyly and replied casually, "I don't want to take the elder's lifespan. I just want to be friends with you and maybe ask you to lead our team to take down a boss." Sounds reasonable? Tan Fong nodded immediately and added her as a friend without hesitation. The system happily announced Player Dark and Daily 2 have agreed to be friends. Tan Fong didn't stop there and asked, "Which boss? What's its name?" She replied, "Just a golden level boss, and it's very far away." All he saw was a shabby boat docked in a swamp, looking utterly miserable. Hearing this, Tan Fong's heart suddenly pounded, muttering to himself, "A shabby boat? Could it be the Golden Ghost ship?" According to his memory, the Golden Ghost ship is a rare boss, harder to encounter than meeting a celebrity in real life. It can appear at any level, but the chance is miserably low, and it often drops special useful items that turn farmers into wealthy players. Every time it appears, guilds rush to fight over it, battling fiercely. This boss usually only appears in high-level towns, so encountering it this early is extremely rare. Moreover, this girl belongs to Wang Man's group, clearly not an ordinary type. Furthermore, this girl belongs to Wang Man's group, clearly not an ordinary type. The more Tan Fong thought, the more suspicious he became, recalling a familiar name in his heart. Could this girl be Cam Lai, the legendary carp from a past life? To verify, he decided to ask further, "How did you discover this golden boss?" Daily 2 didn't hesitate and shared sincerely, "I logged out to have dinner. Then when I logged back in, I planned to level up with the captain and the others, but they were so slow, slower than a turtle. Bored and not knowing what to do, I wandered around sightseeing. Unexpectedly under a cliff, I came across the golden boss suddenly appearing." Hearing this, Tan Fong quietly recalled rumors from a past life that in Wang Man's team there was a member with a special aura who, whenever wandering aimlessly, inevitably encountered rare bosses, treasures, or divine shrines. Back then, he thought those rumors were government misinformation to cover up secret information. Who would have thought that now he realizes they were true? That's definitely her, no one else. Tan Fong suddenly fell silent, his face stiff. Daily 2 noticed and looked at him with eyes half curious, half cautious. "Boss, why are you staring at me like that?" He replied curtly, "Nothing at all." So the two of them strode away together, unaware that not far off, a shadowy figure was lurking behind the bushes, eavesdropping. After grasping the situation, this guy sneaked away and hurriedly reported, "Boss, that kid is leading a girl out of town." Upon hearing this, the boss tilted his head arrogantly, his voice echoing as he ordered his henchmen, "Remember back then, I led you brothers to fight east and west, claiming dominance over Changkat. Now just follow me forward. I guarantee everyone will eat well and dress nicely. No more hard labor." As he finished speaking, the boss grew even more bitter, shaking his head in frustration. That kid really moves like lightning, already leading a girl along? Brothers, follow me and search immediately. Outside the town, Tan Fong looked at Daili Tu and suggested, "I can help fight the boss. If the boss drops equipment or skill books you can use, I'll give them all to you. The rest I'll keep, okay?" Daili Tu was stunned but still nodded and replied, "Huh? What about Captain Wang Man and the others?" "Well, fine, let's do it your way. But I have one tiny condition. Is that okay?" Tan Fong asked curiously. "Your team is already skilled. What if the boss drops gear for an assassin? Wouldn't I be fighting for nothing? Tell me, what's the condition?" Dai Li Tu proposed sincerely, if you sell items to Captain Wangman and his group, could you give a little discount? Tan Fong nodded immediately without hesitation. No problem. Hearing the agreeable answer, she clapped her hands loudly and cheered. That's great. So once Captain Wangman logs in, we'll set off right away. Oh, by the way, boss, where exactly are we headed now? Tan Fong replied clearly and coherently, we're on our way to deal with a golden level boss. Upon hearing this, Dai Li Tu's expression changed faster than a transformation effect in a cartoon. She gripped her staff tightly. Boss, you're an assassin and I'm a mage. You're invisible, so no one can touch you, but how can I handle it? Tan Fong calmly replied, just let me handle it. You stay hidden in a safe spot and watch for fun. Dai Li Tu blurted out, ah. She gripped her staff tightly, trembling, thinking to herself, going alone to take down a golden level boss? I know the boss is cool, but this is way too showy. Before she could finish her thought, Tan Fong vanished right before her eyes, not leaving behind even a strand of hair. She looked around in panic and shouted loudly, Boss! Boss! Where did you go? Meanwhile, the group following behind still lurked secretly. One henchman hurriedly reported, Boss, that shadow guy has disappeared. The boss showed no worry, even laughing heartily. Ha ha, he must have tricked that girl and slipped away, leaving her stranded in the wilderness. Go, catch that girl immediately. Let's have some fun first, then we'll see. I told you, follow me, and you'll eat well and dress nicely. No worries about unemployment, he shouted, pointing. There, that girl standing alone, isn't that her? The henchmen clamored in agreement. Boss is truly a strategic genius. But just as the group took a few steps and before they could make a move, Tan Fong suddenly appeared, blocking their path before they could open their mouths. A thick black smoke enveloped them, darkening their faces so they could see nothing but the words game over. Tan Fong didn't hesitate, unleashed the shadow/shield technique, and coldly and decisively took out the whole group in the blink of an eye. The system promptly intervened, its voice steady. You have defeated 5 players and received a total of 12 tradable days of lifespan. Tan Fong stood there, watching the bodies vanish, sighed, and thought to himself, so poor. Fighting these guys isn't even as worthwhile as hunting 2 small monsters. Finished? He turned back to Dai Li Tu. Seeing him, she asked in surprise, Oh, boss, where did you just go? He shrugged lightly. Calm as ever, some guys were tailing me, so I sent them back to the small town to rest early. She said nothing but puffed her cheeks and replied, I thought you went to the bathroom. Then she continued, By the way, boss, now that you have invisibility skills, going to the bathroom must be super convenient, right? You can go wherever you want, no one sees. But wait, if your stuff is invisible too, then do the things you drop outside become invisible as well? Just as her toilet philosophy was about to wander off, Tan Fong cut in with a deadpan tone. Take me to find the boss you mentioned. Suddenly, the system, unknown when it had been lurking, jumped in and transported the girl to a strange village. She looked down at the staff in her hand, her eyes sparkling with emotion. As she walked, she examined the staff and excitedly exclaimed, Wow, this is amazing. I can even feel the energy radiating from it. The villagers around buzzed. Bang! Another newcomer. Brothers! She shouted joyfully. That's great. I've received the hidden profession, life sacrifice. It must be really powerful. This is a perfect match for Song Fi. She mumbled further. I wonder how Song Fi is doing now. Has he figured out the secret to initial point allocation? But then she suddenly remembered Tan Fong and immediately changed her attitude. That bastard Tan Fong, who knows where he's hiding now? All day just lurking around, and when needed, he disappears. But it's okay. Now I have a hidden profession and support from Truong V to level up. Tan Fong, take care of yourself. I don't have time to worry about you. After a while, the system displayed a sparkling leaderboard. She stared at it and exclaimed, "Is this the ranking board?" Then her eyes widened. "Wow, Shadow is ranked first in even level 6. She glanced down and saw Truong V barely at level 3, frowned, and thought to herself, "This guy dares to brag about his strength? Clearly Shadow is the real boss." She told herself, "If Shadow helps me, I'll level up faster than lightning. But the problem is, where do I find him now?" While pondering, she suddenly noticed a group of young people gathered chatting in the distance. A black-haired guy grumbled, "Damn it, I can't get in touch with that Tio do Teogeo at all." A gray-haired one cut in, "Without a babysitter, you guys are doomed." The blonde shrugged. "We're not the Dark Shadows playing solo like pros. I think we should find another babysitter to team up with." Hearing their discussion, the girl had a brilliant idea flash through her mind. Without hesitation, she stepped forward and said loudly, "Hello, is everyone looking for a babysitter? Here I am, specializing in the life self-healing stealth profession." Meanwhile, deep in a quiet forest, Tan Feng was admiring a lake when he suddenly exclaimed, "Sure enough, it's the Golden Phantom ship." He immediately jumped down the cliff without counting his steps. Before leaving, he turned back and told Dai Li Tu, "You stay here and hide well. If anyone attacks from behind, be careful. I'll handle the boss." Dai Li Tu nodded in agreement, not forgetting to remind him, "All right, big boss, be careful." Upon arrival, the lurking system immediately issued an urgent alert. Due to the influence of the Phantom ship, this area has become a frenzy zone where lifespan drains 100 times faster. Tan Feng thought to himself, time flows 100 times faster? That means 15 minutes here equals a whole day of lifespan lost. Luckily, this temporary frenzy zone isn't too severe. The system continued flashing a notification. Golden Phantom ship, special golden grade, countdown, timer 45 minutes. Tan Feng nodded, his mind racing with calculations, telling himself, "This special boss has a time limit, but 45 minutes is plenty. After killing it, I'll still have time to go bake some bread." Without hesitation, he started with the shield shadow slash move, swiftly counterattacking with a cold edge. The monster took a devastating blow. Its bones shattered, suffering a massive 549 points of damage. Tan Feng didn't stop, continuously unleashing a combo chain, releasing the deadly dart skill, then adding the hidden break strike for extra flair. The attack hit the weak spot directly, dealing a terrifying 621 points of damage, startling the boss. While fighting fiercely, he discovered a shocking secret. The real weakness of the boss isn't in its bones or hull, but the cursed bell dangling at the ship's bow. He shouted excitedly. Its true weak point is that cursed bell at the ship's prow. After being hit in the vital spot, the boss flew into a rage, its eyes blazing red, controlling the surrounding water to unleash a wide area attack. This water strike was no joke. Its damage was so high that at this early stage, only warriors wearing silver armor could endure it without shedding tears. Tan Feng breathed a sigh of relief, silently feeling lucky. Thanks to the agility typical of the Dark Shadow's profession, I avoided danger. Otherwise, I'd probably be lying flat on the mat by now. Before he could celebrate, the boss flicked its head, summoning 12 stinking water demons that made the space ripple. Each of these was as strong as a silver-level boss, heating up the situation. The water demons attacked chaotically, disrupting the formation. Every minute, the boss summoned another one. If not dealt with quickly, their numbers would grow enough to form a monster band, crushing our side. But Tan Feng remained supremely confident, thinking to himself, with invisibility skills in hand, these monsters would have a harder time finding me than winning the lottery. As long as I pick the right angle, I can take each down with a single strike. Thinking it, he unleashed his familiar shield shadow slash. Not far away, Dai Li Tu or rather Break Bloom quietly observed with wide eyes, exclaiming emotionally, "This is the Dark Shadow's big boss, #1 on the leaderboard. The boss has lost a third of its health already. He just appears and disappears." Suddenly, Tan Fong turned his head and shouted, "Tiohak, I'm about to die." She blinked in confusion and asked, "What girl?" He replied calmly, without emotion, "Don't do anything, just wait for me to revive." She struggled, panic in her voice. "Why, big boss? You clearly have the upper hand." He asked back, "Aren't you Tiohak?" She almost shouted, "Heavens, big boss, my name is Break Bloom, also known as Hakbolum or Daili too, not Tiohak." He nodded, strangely calm. "Got it, Tiohak." Meanwhile, not far away, a group of furious people chased after them, faces blazing with determination for revenge. The leader gritted his teeth and growled, "Damn it! I was once a legendary Chabak champion from village to provincial level, and now I'm humiliated by some kid." A subordinate jumped out to report, "Boss, we found that girl. She's at the edge of the cliff ahead, and the Dark Shadow guy is soloing the boss at the cliff's base." The leader squinted and hissed, "Good. This time I'm calling all the brothers. I don't believe we can't kill that guy." During the intense battle, Tan Fong faced a tough challenge. He thought to himself, "This is the 4th challenge and also the toughest one." The boss began releasing 3 powerful soul energy waves, sweeping the entire area, resulting in a 5-second immobilization status that left Tan Fong frozen and unable to move. He silently thought, "Now there's no escaping." From above, Dailitu quietly observed, clutching her staff tightly, her heart pounding. Tan Fong braced himself and decided to unleash his ultimate move, Dongqui Wu Tan, against the boss, playing a life or death game. The system and screamed the first warning. "You have died. You have lost 326 years of lifespan, which cannot be traded." Before he could catch his breath, the second notification rang out. "You have died. You have lost 1,000 days of lifespan that can be traded." Up above, the leader jumped up excitedly, laughing loudly. "Awesome! This idiot thinks he's a superhero challenging the golden boss solo." He pointed at the boss and shouted, "Wow, this Dark Shadow dog is rich. Look at that huge glowing orb, at least a few hundred days of lifespan. Hurry up, brothers, the boss is down to half health. Killing it will be a big win." The underlings chimed in. "And we'll get a bunch of lifespan too. That's only half of what it lost. This big dog deserves to be eaten. Today, the little dog will feast on the big dog." But while the whole group was still cheering wildly, a gigantic glowing object descended from the sky, freezing the celebrating crowd in place. The entire group was sent back to the city on an involuntary round-trip ticket after a complete wipeout, their faces ashen. The few survivors were furious, unleashing a barrage of curses as if the market had collapsed. "Damn it! How can this boss be so tough? The Dark One even cut it down by half its health. But these guys just touched the edge of the swamp and got hit by a water column, dying instantly. And the little monsters are as numerous as ants. How can we possibly fight them? This is ridiculous." One member of the group shouted fiercely, "Damn it! We've lost too much already, but whatever. Let's keep going back to measure. I don't believe this thing can cheat that badly." At the same time, on the surface of the swamp, a swarm of lifespan spheres suddenly appeared. Tan Fong found it strange, stepped forward to examine, suspecting something shady. After a moment of observing and sniffing the air, he threw his head back and shouted loudly toward a nearby boat. "Dailitu is standing there, right? I'm back. Xiaohei, why are there suddenly so many lifespan spheres here?" Dailitu saw him return and nodded in response. "The old man came back really fast. Earlier, a whole bunch rushed in here, then got sent back to the village neatly by a water column.